Well, thank you very much for that sort of overview. Coming to you, Mr. Bashir, this presentation, essentially you have the campaign in that renewed Hope 2023 APC document that was released by the Asiwaju Shetima team. There's something in there for, it doesn't matter who you are, where you are. If you took the time to read it, you see that when we're using the expression pan-Nigeria, that's because there is nobody that can't own this proposal. Would you agree with that? There is nobody that's been. This document is really looking like a no man, no one left behind kind of a document.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, let me start by saying this. You see that book, that manifesto is what I call encyclopedia of good governance. Most people don't really understand exactly who Asiwaju is. But the very many people of us who are much more involved in good governance in the past will understand exactly what that book represents. One thing that you cannot take away from this manifesto is that it has touched almost every aspect of our life, if not everything. You see, the issue of good governance entails security, education, agriculture, health, and everything. I can assure you, if you are a professor and you are researching about good governance, you find a source of material in this book. If you are a medical doctor and you want to establish anything, you find something very useful in this book. What you learn in this book is that Asiwaju became a doctor, anesthesia, a politician, a lawyer, a doctor in almost everything. He understands the problems and he provided solution to the problems. It's not like he's just identifying the problems and keeping quiet and say, we'll do it. No. He has put down a laid-down procedure through which these problems can be solved. And I can assure you, if you are going to make your decision, we are taking a decision to vote for who, based on reasoning, based on superior argument, based on verifiable facts, based on doable policies. You can't but just listen and accept Asiwaju as the right person to lead this country come 2023. Let me also go to the issue of pan-Nigerianism. Sometimes the process of election is an all-comer thing that allows every Tom, Dick, and Harry to pick a ticket and say, I want to contest. If not, if you allow merit, sincere merit of antecedent to determine who contests, who does not contest, I'm not very sure on the scale of preference. Some people do not even have to, pick a form for governorship election, let alone Nigerian president. Nigerian presidential election is a very serious business. It's not just for everybody that just come and talk all kinds of, data that are not even implementable. But you know what Asiwaju has just done? He has shown to the whole world that this job is a serious business. I know how to do the job. I have done it in the past, and I have the capacity to do it. One of the best capacities to get the job done is to know who to pick for your job. Across the length and breadth of this country, I cannot pinpoint one single person among the aspirant candidates who can stand shoulder to shoulder with Asiwaju and say to him, he is more pan-Nigerian than Asiwaju, and I'll tell the person, no, you are not. Is this somebody that will post something on Twitter and for fear of reprimand will delete it? Or somebody that will go to a place of worship to incite mob action against a particular candidate? Who? Or somebody, an Asiwaju that will go to the north, or from the southwest, that will go to the north and say to the north that North understand the politics, the unity, the essence of unity in this country. And he understands that there's nothing anybody can do in this country if you don't unite the country. You cannot be running for the president of Nigeria and still be finding the embers of discord in this country. This contest is not a do or die affair, and Asiwaju understands that. The best thing that we need in this country at this point in time, like I do say to people, please, if you love this country, and you are not making your decision based on sentiment of any unnecessary emotion, on objectivity, please, let's go for Asiwaju. And I can tell you, if you read this book very well, Action Plan for a Better Nigeria, I can tell you, you have no choice. Even if you want to write an exam, I have to consult this book on Google Maps. You have no choice but to go for this book. And let me also say this. This is very, very important. Talking about pan-Nigerianism. You know, you can't doubt, you can't take one thing away from Asiwaju. Asiwaju is a fantastic talent hunter. And I do appreciate, I wonder how he chooses his men and how he even discovered them. And let me use my own case as an example. Not too long ago, since I joined politics, I've never had the privilege to even meet Asiwaju one-on-one until recently. From nowhere, I am just nobody from Kwara State. From nowhere, Asiwaju didn't know me from anywhere. The only thing that somebody saw and showed to him was just a piece of article that I wrote. Finding merit in that, call me that boy. And here I am today as a member of PCC. You can't respect any more in anybody than Asiwaju who picks somebody from nowhere, provided he knows you can deliver. He doesn't care whether you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, you are a young man, or you are a youth, or you are an old man. He just wants your brain. And he has repeatedly said, this economy that is going to lead, this country that is going to lead, will be driven, will be intelligence-driven. He just wants to deliver. He knows exactly who should be the head of the police, who should be the head of the army, who should be the DSS, who should run this economy.
Okay, you know what? It's really, Bashir was saying that Asiwaju will take, he will take somebody from anywhere. It's not anywhere, it's Nigeria. It's Nigeria. But anywhere in Nigeria, it's like he doesn't, you know, he doesn't make a distinction between Nigerians. And I think that has been said. And also, in fact, so much so, perhaps certain people believing that, look, if a person is my person, then I expect a certain kind of
patronage.
Yes. Yeah. But the man is saying that, look, of course, but there is talent across the length and breadth of this country. Yeah. And this is not just an election season attitude. As you started off by saying, it's been there for people who might not have seen it at the time. They might have seen it as something of a quirk, but here we are. In fact, I think it's the only state, Lagos that you mentioned, that he started this particular leadership drive with, and it continues to date. And I'm not sure too many states have grabbed hold of it. You know, I don't, such a crucial, you know, ministry as the budget ministry, he put somebody who isn't even from Lagos State in there. So it's not so much where you come from as what's in your thinking, what's in your head. Are we thinking in the same way? I guess that must have been foremost on his mind.
Yes, and that's one of the things that we're trying to say here, that that is what Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu represent. He met me in 1998, not nobody, I would say a nobody. And I've been a two-time member of Lagos State House of Assembly to the glory of God. And from 1998 that he picked me up, you can see my life. That is the kind of person that he is. He's just looking for who could deliver.
Yes. When you say your life, I'm sure you mean your life of service, because that's important.
Yes, my life of service.
Important.
That's what I'm trying to point out.
A life of service.
Yes, because that is what he saw in me.
Because people say the man is a workaholic.
He is.
You know, when it comes to the Nigeria project.
When this is a man that don't sleep until 4 a.m. every day. You see different people from different nooks and crannies of Nigeria coming to meet him for different issues, and he's standing up to protect and defend whatever injustice that is meted to those people. So he's such an individual. So when we look at what he has done and look at this, the document, the manifesto,
sure.
You mentioned 8. I know it goes beyond 8. We have, for instance, we have the oil and gas. We have the transportation. We have digital economy. He was talking about digital economy. We have sport, entertainment, and culture. We have youth empowerment and entrepreneurship. We have the social program where my directorate, being the first in the history of this country that any campaign organization will have a directorate for humanitarian and social, meaning that this is his own personal project, which is so much cherished because it's a philanthropist, it's somebody who is passionate about social intervention, about humanitarian gestures that he was known for, that he has always been known for. So when you look at him, now putting this in his document, that he's going to expand whatever thing we have on ground now, he's bringing in new dimension into our social intervention in this country and humanitarian drive. He's talking about judicial reform, that we know that that is what he did when he was in Lagos as the governor of Lagos State, when he was talking about federalism and decentralization of power. Yesterday at the town hall meeting that he held
with the business community.
He was talking about the local governments. He was saying that, look, we need to decentralize. We need to shed power from the federal and give it to the state and the three-tier of government in Nigeria. And that is the kind of person that he's talking about. He's talking about foreign policy. And those are the things that the man have in mind. This document is a document that I believe that every man, everyone in Nigeria that is talking or thinking about good governance in this country must have and must support. And that is what Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Shettima is providing for us in Nigeria.
Mr. Bashir, I interrupted you then, and I saw that you were about to make a point. So maybe you can now go back to it. You know, the almighty commercial break, it get as it be. Perhaps you'll understand. We don't joke with it. Sorry about that. Please go ahead now.
No problem. You don't have a choice anyway. I was going to add something that is actually very key. You know, this election is I put it in 3 categories. Okay, how it's going to be determined, and I'm going to say it's going to be determined by the super elite. Those are called super elite, the elite, and the non-elite. And I want to tell you, this manifesto is speaking to the 3 categories. The super elite are those in areas of business, those in governance, those in everything, who are already made. But those notwithstanding, who are interested in who becomes Nigerian president, their mind might have been made. They might still be contemplating whether they will make up their minds. This proposal, this manifesto is speaking to them. The elites are those that are called those who don't have a decision yet, who are ready to be convinced to make their decisions. Okay, we have a lot of them in our youth. Then the non-elites, some of our people in remote areas, in rural areas, in villages, who are not even on social media. This is speaking to them. Now, this is where I'm saying, when I talk to some of my friends, I say to them that you may not know how useful you will be to Nigeria tomorrow. Don't join the bandwagon of those, talking down about this country. The future of this country is too important to everybody that we can't afford to say anything negative about it. And I said to a friend that probably Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is watching you somewhere. You might be the next minister tomorrow. Just make sure you know what you are doing and you respect this country. And let me tell you one thing. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is so prepared for this job, such that most of the time that you hear some things from the opponent, from the opposition, you expect him to react in such other, same way as they. You see, the man will just look away and just face his business. There's no amount of, the first quality of a leader is that no matter how hot the contest has become, you remain calm, prepared, intelligent, and focused. While others are looking for some kind of pettiness on his own part, is engaging all the necessary stakeholders. Just yesterday, he was in Lagos to meet private sectors. You and I know that when it comes to determining the future of this country, we cannot underplay the importance of private sectors. Actually, he's meeting them. These are critical stakeholders. When he needed to go to the north, he met those that matter in the north, provided that this is the right way to engage the Nigerian populace. When it's time for him to go to everywhere, he doesn't go to anywhere and churn out some false data, some arrogant statements or anything. No, he goes there to talk to the heart of people. He tells the whole world how very, very important Nigerian project is. And let me say this very, very key at the same time. You see, a lot of times, so many people are, looking at this country as if we can't be better than this. This is not where we are. We are growing every day. It wasn't this good. Now it is better. We are going to the best. So what I want everybody to know, as far as this election is concerned, is that Asiwaju represents the future. It is not just about yesterday, it's about tomorrow. He understands what Nigeria is all about. Okay. He's so concerned about Nigeria. He wants the best for this country. He has every reason to be concerned. He has been a Democrat for over 40 years. And there's nothing anybody can say to Nigerian electoral process today that Asiwaju is not involved in terms of how democracy even came back to this country. And you cannot underestimate the preparedness of this person. I don't want to gamble with Nigerian future. Every other person going to have any other person, apart from Asiwaju, is like gambling with Nigerian future. Because, let me say this, lastly, I don't want to vote for a candidate who is so interested in his business estate, who lost a business estate to government policy, who probably wants to recover it back for one reason or the other. We know what happened to Intel. I don't want to vote for a candidate who is only interested in recouping the 1 billion naira he lost to whatever other party in lowering anything. I want to vote for a candidate who is not selfish about his contest, who is not selfish about his future, who doesn't have anything to reclaim having lost. He's just focused on Nigerian future, and we want to consolidate what the present government has achieved moving forward to make this country great.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Shehu Bashir. He referred, and you did too, Honorable Ladi, you did too, refer to his meeting yesterday in Lagos with the organized private sector. Yeah. You saw all the movers and shakers of the economy there. Yeah. And Asiwaju has, it's in that connection that I remember that he has actually, promised that, look, that is so, no, he's restated his commitment to double-digit GDP. And it just follows a lot that Bashir has been speaking about when you believe in the Nigeria project, you believe that, look, you can bring ideas to it, and you can also bring people to execute the ideas wherever they happen to come from. It doesn't matter where they come from. The important thing is to have a plan, to have a roadmap. And I guess, say whatever you want about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, nobody is querying his thinking. When the man puts it down, say, look, this is, I mean, he's not saying he's doing it alone. Yes. Of course, he has his team, but the thinking is crucial. And he was saying there, and I particularly grabbed hold of that double-digit GDP is a bold statement to make, and it shows the commitment he has to the country and how much he's going to work alongside his team. And this, if we're talking about GDP, it can't be GDP in the Southwest. It can't be GDP in the Northeast. It's GDP of Nigeria. Yeah. So everybody shall feel this.
Yeah, I was there yesterday, and when he made that statement, it doesn't come to some of us as a surprise. And we know he has the capacity to do it. When you even look at the team of young men that sat with him yesterday to address each areas of concerns, of Nigerian concerns, you will understand that this is a man that is well equipped and prepared for the job to be done. And when you look at what he said, this is Lagos, and here in Lagos, I was governor of this state before, and you know what I did. That is the kind of narrative that I want to listen to. My parents sent me to school. I went to university. I cannot be a dummy to be listening to somebody who says he's going to build something that he has never done before. He is saying, look at Lagos. Lagos economy, when it came in, Lagos was in near mess. Today, everybody comes to Lagos. From the north, from the east, from the south, wherever you are, even outside the country, the West African people are always taking Lagos as their home. When you go outside this country, when they are coming to Nigeria, If they are not coming to Lagos, they are going to Abuja. And that shows you something, that this is the Lagos that the man have created. We were celebrating the deep sea in Lagos, in Lekki, that was commissioned about a few days ago. And this is his dream. We are talking about Lekki Free Trade Zone. This is his dream coming to reality. When you look at the Eco-Atlantic, this was a dream coming to reality. So when you look at all those things, you understand that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu have that capacity, and he knows how to. In fact, sitting down yesterday, looking at the array of people that he has assembled as his team for the manifesto, and where people are asking different questions, and the way he was able to handle those questions, and areas that he also have to challenge the thinking of even his team. And you know that this is a man that is ready to engage the public.
Indeed.
And he's engaging the public, he's engaging his team, and that is what makes his team to be extraordinary.